Hi, I'm Amy Dent and
Elise Glidden.
we just wanted to talk to you a little bit about mentoring and what we do in our mentor relationship, or mentor mentee, whatever, our mentoring relationship, and how it kind of came to be. Um, Elise and I, how did we meet?
So we initially met when we were both working with the youth group at First City. Amy was working with leading the middle school girls small group, and I was leading the high school girls small group. And we were close when we were here in Pensacola. That was a couple years ago. We were close then, and then.
But we got my husband and Mike is in the Navy, and we got orders away from Pensacola, and it was really sad because Pensacola is sort of like home to us, and even though we're not really from here. But we got orders back to Washington D.C., and we had to leave and go away. And so not too long, maybe about a year after we went back to Washington D.C., Elise came.
Yes, I went to grad school at the University of Maryland, and Mike and Amy were the only people that I knew going in, and it was really, really comforting just to have them there. I've told them multiple times that I would not have made it through grad school without my sanity if they had not been there. And even just the very first day, I remember driving up to Maryland with a car full of all of my belongings. Hadn't even seen my house yet, didn't have a bed or a mattress or anything that I needed. And Amy was like, okay, I'll meet you at IKEA in 20 minutes, like with Claire in the stroller. And even just that transition for me was very, very hard. And just to have someone there, even to help me put my bed together, was invaluable.
Yeah, we went and loaded up the station wagon and put her furniture together and got her all good to go. And it was good for me too, because it was like having a little piece of home up in DC with us. And so it sort of was a new beginning for us in our relationship, and it sort of just kind of came about organically that we ended up in this kind of mentor-mentee kind of relationship. And that's something that has been my experience with mentoring, for sure, has been just something that just sort of is natural. And the Lord puts people in your life and around that, in your relationship with you and around you, that they're already there, that need you, and people that you need. And it can just be such a natural thing. And so that's kind of how it was for us.
Right. And as much as it was natural, one of the things that I always appreciate about Amy is that she could tell that I needed community. She knew that I needed support in the transition, and she met those needs for me, but without being like, oh, let me help you. You're a poor grad student who needs help. But it was more like, hey, come have lunch. We're doing this. I think she invited me to every single family party that they had over the 2 years that I was in grad school. And
I like parties.
And we refer to each other as friends who are family, because that's really what it became and what it grew to be. But it wasn't as formal as, hey, Amy, I really would like a mentor. Would you like to help me out?
Yeah.
And it would just grew out of our natural friendship.
And it really is such a give and take. I think, you help me as much as I help you. If you have something that you need to discuss, we talk about it, and vice versa. If I need to vent about something, or if I need to just kind of run something by somebody, or if I just want to go have coffee
or cactus flower.
Yeah,
or wild
cactus
honey.
flower, something like that. So things have just been really, I don't know, it's been good for both of us. So we obviously both ended up back in Pensacola. We got orders back to Pensacola. My husband, the Navy, sent him right back down here, and when he was done in DC, and we had offered, we said, Elise, are you coming home? Come with us, and you can move with us. And
it was, we had talked about it like almost a year before it actually happened, and it was
how
something
fun
that,
would that be?
how crazy. It was something that I really wanted, but I didn't want to jump ahead of God's timing and really just wait to see what his plans were for me after grad school. And it really ended up working to be perfect timing, because I knew they were moving at the end of June, and I didn't get a job offer until the middle of May. So it was really, but once I did, it was like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. So I think I've moved all of my stuff into your house, and then we caravan down together, again with my car full of stuff. That seems to be a common theme.
So I had my car full of stuff. I had a station wagon with a car topper and a dog in the back and a toddler in the middle and a preteen in the front seat, and all our possessions, and it was just really so awesome that she was with me through all that. Mike, the Navy didn't release Mike to leave DC, and so I was on my own with the kids and the dog. And it was so awesome to have her, stay with us. She lived with us for a couple of months and just helped me. She took the kids away when the moving truck came. That was huge. And just giving me some time to myself even. And it's just been, I don't know.
Yeah. But even then, it was kind of like a give and take, because I, got a place to stay for 2 months. And then even when I found my apartment, it was really sweet, because we were talking about when they were going to help me move in, and I remember Mike would be like, yeah, we'll just move you in on Friday. And I was like, I have to work. I'm like, that's okay. I did not lift one finger moving into my apartment. And
I lifted a couple, but mostly my husband did it.
Thanks, Mike. But it's just, and it was just out of the goodness of their hearts, and that's just, I think, a product of, they always say, like, well, once I've lived with them, then I'm family now. So I think that's been a really big blessing for sure for both of us. Speaking about always having someone in your life, one of the things that I can always count on Aimie for is someone to vent to. And if I don't know how to handle a certain situation, one of my frequent openers to our conversations is, hey, I need your opinion on this, because I know that Aimie will always respond to me with truth, with grace, and with love. And even if she'll always point me towards what God has for me. And we do that for each other also. But I think that's one of the most valuable things, because sometimes when you're in a situation, you can't really see.
You can't see it from the outside.
Yes, we both just did this. And I think that's one of the most valuable things that I've gotten out of our mentoring relationship.
Yeah, just pray about it. See what God has for you. And, we would love to help you get into a relationship like that with somebody else. Thanks.